Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cuddyback, America's Best Bowstrings, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, and Realtree.
Today's the 18th of June, and I'm just wrapping up my spring food plots on the farm right now. I'm going to give you a quick summary of what I've planted and a little bit about my strategy of how the different spots that I planted and what I planted in those spots is going to factor into my hunting this fall. First off, let me talk about this new piece of equipment I've got that I'm leaning up against. This is the RTP Genesis 8-foot planter, and I've got a small tractor. And I know a lot of people that do the food plot projects on their deer hunting farms have small tractors. And it's hard to lift a bigger drill or a bigger planter on the 3-point hitch with a small tractor. So I've always been limited to using the 5-footer in the past, but RTP made a light version. So I can lift it with this smaller 60 horsepower tractor. So that's the update on the planter. But I used it most recently for planting corn and sorghum. And today I'm going to be planting beans again just to finish up, but with the corn and the sorghum, I would block 2 openings and then leave 1 open, then I'd block 2. So they're 7.5-inch rows typically, so I was getting 22.5-inch rows with corn and sorghum. So it'll be interesting to see how that looks once that all germinates and starts growing. This morning, we finished up that part of the project by having the fertilizer truck come in and hit those acres. My projects, like I said, have revolved around specific locations. And I've got a couple of bucks that I'm really excited about this year. One is a deer that we called Upturn. So I planted a lot of the beans and corn in the area where that deer was living last year. So I want to try to anchor that deer in some location where he's not going to be as likely to roam around. And then last year also there was some really good bucks on the other end of the farm. Well, one really big 8-pointer and then an older deer that we called Scarface. Hopefully those 2 deer are still around. I loaded that area up with a fair amount of food too. So those have been my 2 priorities. Today I'm putting beans in the ground, and again, coming back to this drill, this one has a different adjustment system than what we've used before. We've used gears in the past. This one has a slip clutch. So it's a lot handier for switching between the different seed types. You don't have to take the gears out and swap them and take the gearbox apart, which takes quite a bit of time and effort. All you got to do is turn the knob on the slip clutch and that'll change the seeding rate. So now I'm set up for beans. I'm going to put beans into this field. This is the last spot that I've got on the whole farm. And this one is not necessarily a spot where I'm expecting to hunt a particular deer. This is more of an area where I just try to feed the deer. My goal now is to try to get one of these a week until we get into the time when the bucks are really reaching their maximum antler size sometime in early August. Then I'm going to start doing dailies again, getting out onto the fields and filming some of these bucks and hopefully bringing you daily video blogs with the summer filming of the deer that are on the farm. We're just on the front end of playing the game again for 2019. So I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to get some soybeans in the ground, and I'll catch you back here in roughly about another week. So keep checking back.